We're going to take a look at the Christensen Arms Mesa. This one is in 6.5 Creedmoor. It's got a stainless barrel, carbon fiber stock. Their bottom metal, very nice, well-made bottom metal limb saver recoil pad. 22-inch long barrel with a radial port brake, approximately 0.58 inches at the muzzle, which is what most people call a #1 sporter. It is spot bedded into the action, meaning there's bedding material right here in the recoil lug area. There's nothing forward of the recoil lug and nothing in the action area. It does have pillars, and it is fully free-floated. It's got a Trigger Tech trigger, and Christensen Arms says it'll adjust from 2.5 to 3.5 pounds. This particular trigger will adjust down to 2.0 pounds. That's where I've got it. Christensen Arms has met their obligation, I feel. It's obviously below what they say it will, and it is safe there. My problem with that is this is my 5th Trigger Tech trigger, and of those 5, only 2 would meet specs. I like my trigger to be around 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. They're supposed to go to 1.5 pounds. And like I said, only 2 have met that. Having said that, this trigger is very nice. Zero creep. Over travel is non-existent that I can tell. It is very good trigger. You want to know more about that, go check out triggertech.com. In my opinion, if you don't need it to adjust down that low, or you have the patience to work through the customer service with them, and they have excellent customer service, it's a great, if not the best, hunting trigger on the market. So you can check out some more about those triggers. It does have a nice little scallop cut out here with their logo in it. It looks really good. It is a side bolt release. As far as smoothness and effort to cock, it's a little bit better than most factory 700s I have had experience with, and like the side bolt release is very nice. Other than that, it is a 700 style bolt. It does have an M16 style extractor, which is the best in my opinion. It's your typical plunger style ejector. The bolt is fluted. It's got a small fluted bolt knob, fluting on the shroud, and holes drilled in the handle. It maybe saves an ounce. It looks really nice. I like it. The overall feel of the rifle is very nice. As far as the target audience, I think spending $1,200 or $1,300 on a rifle, if you're only going to be out there shooting 100, 200 yards, I'm not sure I can see the need to spend that kind of money on this rifle, or the need for that kind of accuracy. Your typical $500, $600, $700 rifle would do just fine for those guys. Maybe you just want a nicer rifle anyways. And this, I think, is worth the $1,200, $1,300. The brake is very nice. The recoil pad's nice. It does have a really high-quality stock. The initial indications are that it's going to shoot very well. I have only shot it out at 100 yards, and it has less than 50 rounds through it right now anyways. But it is very accurate. So I think once we start stretching it out, it'll be good to 600-700 yards. The 6.5 Creedmoor, in my opinion, is only a 700-yard max round. Anyways, you're starting to get around the 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. I don't know that I would want to take an elk that far with it, but anything under that, it should be fine. Antelope, deer, it'll be great. It's fairly light. They advertise it at 6.5 pounds for the short actions. This one happens to be 6 3/4 pounds, so it is a little overweight, but it still feels really nice, and it's not that big a deal. Like I said, I would really like them to come in at the spec, but I would not buy it because of that. So far, I've shot 5 different factory ammos through it. I shot some 120 ELDMs. They were advertised at 2910 foot per second. They were doing around 2890 out of this 22-inch barrel. Extreme spreads were less than 20. Not a huge data set, maybe 7-8 rounds, but very nice extreme spreads. The 140 grain ELDMs, same thing, less than 20 foot per second extreme spread, roughly the same number of rounds. 2710 is what they advertised. It was just under 2700. Those were best groups, best extreme spreads. The 143 ELDX in the Precision Hunters advertised at 2700 foot per second. 30 to 40 foot per second extreme spreads what they were given. American Eagle 140 OTM open tip match 2700 foot per second, and they were getting roughly that again, 30 to 40 foot per second extreme spreads. And then some atomic ammunition loaded with 142 grain Sierra Match Kings. 2750 foot per second is what they advertised, and that's roughly what they were getting. Really like the 140 grain ELDMs. I didn't measure the group. It's high ones, low twos. And the 120 ELDMs, probably upper twos, lower threes. Again, I didn't measure them. It was shooting this while I was doing barrel break-in. Will it do this every day? All the time? I doubt it. I do have high confidence that it's going to be a half-minute gun. Now, whether or not you can shoot that or even I can shoot that every time, that's a different story. During the first 10 shots or so, I did shoot at one, clean at one. I did that until the patches started to come cleaner quicker. Whatever they're using in these factory ammo is a lot more dirty than the Hodgdon Extreme powders I'm used to loading with. But it still cleaned up pretty much like my hand loads do. So not that big a deal. Now where we're going next is I've got some Copper Creek ammo on order for it. I've got some 140 Elite Hunters, some 130 Burger VLDs, and some 143 ELDX. Again, all from Copper Creek. So we'll see how those shoot at 100 yards. And I may even have a separate video doing a review on the Copper Creek ammo. Once that's all done, I'm going to take some of that brass. I'm going to load up some 143 Elite Hunters I've got, some 143 ELDX that I've got with some 4350 Hodgdon powder, and we'll see how my hand loads do. Once I get all that data at 100 yards, we're going to go ahead and stretch it out to 600 yards and see how it does there. But my first impressions of it are really high. I didn't anticipate liking it this much. I didn't anticipate a rifle that had such a small contour barrel to shoot this well. It says a lot for what Christensen Arms is doing. It has to have some to do with the 6.5 Creedmoor that everyone is talking about. Feels really good. I like the way it feels for a hunting rifle. It's going to point real quick. And again, we'll see, but I do think it's going to shoot long distance. The brake is a plus for me. It doesn't recoil a lot, but it does make it a dream to shoot. You can see your shots, no problem whatsoever. I do like the recoil pad on it. The trigger is nice, especially with comparison to what other companies are using. I do wish SugarTech would get their QC under control. The action is plenty smooth. Side bolt release is a plus. It does take 700 bases, so I've just stuck a regular short action 700 rail on here, put the scope on here that I had on another rifle just so we could do the review. But my initial impressions are very high. So leave comments, positive, negative, in the comment section. I'll see what I can do to address those. If you have any questions or something else you'd like to see or know about the rifle, let me know. I'll see if I can get those addressed. Take a look for the future videos with the Copper Creek ammo, and then we'll see what it does when we stretch it out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.